Hello, Aquarius. How you doing? Welcome in, welcome back. I hope everybody's having a beautiful day so far. If you haven't been with me before, hello, welcome in. My name is Priscilla. I'm a psychic medium tarot reader, empath healer, and I also have the gift of telekinesis. Okay, I'll give you an example, a quick example of that in a minute. I embody my spirits. They're always with me. Okay. I speak to my spirits, of course, through my mind, and I also can get an answer through them through my ambling here. Okay. They're going to pick out the first several cards, Aquarius, and then I will clarify them up with tarot. Let's see what they're trying to tell you. Okay. All right. So this is a general reading. Just felt like I had to do that. This is a general reading for Aquarius. So please take what resonates and leave the rest to who it belongs to. Okay, subscribe to my channel so my spirits and I can pick up on your energy. All right, let's see what they have to say. I just heard something about a watch, something to do with a watch. I don't know, but bad karma is what crowns you right now. Bad karma. Maybe somebody's getting their bad karma. I don't know. Maybe you're dealing with a cancer right now. Maybe you're dealing with the cancer. Maybe something's going on with your children right now because this is child services. Child services. Maybe somebody's dealing with bad karma with their kids or something like that. Okay, I'm getting that. Somebody's dealing with bad karma. Maybe somebody called on somebody and now they're getting back their karma. Maybe there was a girl fight, arguments. There was a a physical fight. They're saying, at war, or you're competing with somebody about a child. Maybe your child is fighting at school or somebody with a bully, or there was some kind of physical fight or something like that, or an argument. All right, threatening, yeah. Intimidating, threatening, bothering. Somebody was threatening somebody here with a gun or a weapon or something. Okay, but kids at risk of a being taken or is about to be reported something, neglect, abuse, something to do with that. I just heard if you don't have kids, this could have been with the dog, something to do with your dogs or something like that. All right, moves in silence. Maybe this person moves in silence, or maybe you're moving in silence, or your gut is telling you to move in silence. Don't say nothing. Just do what you got to do. All right. For some of you, if your guts is saying, something, whatever you're doing, don't say nothing. Okay. Maybe it's an offer that came in. Don't say nothing to nobody about this offer that's coming in. All right. This can be an offer of love, though, too, as well. Somebody probably, wants to go out on a date or a cup of coffee or something like that. I don't know. I'm getting a lot of somebody with a lot of pimples on their face. I just heard, or some kind of acne or something. All right. Bad habits, drugs, addiction is what grounding. Again, you can be dealing with the cancer, toxicities, addictions, drugs, bad habits. Let's cocaine, heroin. Maybe somebody around you with bad skin has a bad habits of some sort. Okay, what you don't see coming under the deck is caught a case, sexual infection, sexual disease, a rash. All right. This can be any disease. It doesn't have to be sexual, but it can be some kind of, a disease, something, a rash. Maybe with those bad habits maybe they got a rash, like I said, maybe, something in their face. I just heard a rash, on their face or something, and rash came out. So it's something to do with somebody's face. Okay. Or court a case. I don't know. This can be somebody was court a case, a child, a case as in authority. Somebody got arrested or something. because they got threatened. They were threatening with a gun or some kind of weapon or something, fighting. All right. Maybe they were hustling. Maybe they were robbing somebody or something like that. Yeah, dodging bullets with guns. Something to do with a gun, guys. Dodging bullets. You're blocking the negativity. And this is trying to block the negativity, trying to, bad karma these people are getting, escaping crazy people. Exactly. Protected by haters. That's exactly right. They're going to get their karma back. These are, crazy people, and you're blocking the negativity. All right. So this can be somebody at school. This can be people, with your threatening whatever, your job, your people. Okay. Can be threatening your dog, whatever. Your job, your kids, your man, your woman, your family. Let's see. Yeah, tower moment. Yeah, something's about to be done or be finished. Somebody's looking ahead on something here. I don't know. Somebody's going to regret something, though. Let's see what we got for Aquarius. Got for Aquarius spirit. Yeah, somebody around you is being offered drugs or has some kind of bad habits. Something. Maybe somebody's offering you offering you drugs or offering you some kind of toxic something, What's this bad karma, spirit? What's this bad karma? Aquarius. Knight of Pentacles. Somebody's, working hard here. What about this Knight of Pentacles? Yeah, somebody put to rest or meditating or recuperating from, retreating from, alone. Maybe your children, maybe something happened to your children or something. Okay. But 10 of Pentacles, there it is. 10 of Pentacles, wealth, financial security, family, long-term success. This is generational wealth. This is like, monies. I feel like somebody's going to be receiving something here. Maybe somebody got injured. Maybe this is a lawsuit of some sort that's coming through here. I feel like this person is like militant. Whoever this is militant. You're dealing with somebody who's very militant and intimidating and, kind of just militant. He moves in silence and real quiet, but they like to fight and threaten, I don't know, something to do with that. Well, this person's going to get bad karma. Whoever this is, threatening and acting. But yeah, I feel like there's some kind of settlement as well here. Something to do with a fight with a child who maybe got injured or something like that. Or was threatened. Yeah, just working on a skill here. Move in silence. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're working on, move in silence. Okay, whatever skill, whatever this is that you're working on, this diligent something, this apprenticeship, this repetitive task that you keep doing, that you're working on, you're mastering, whatever skill this is, just keep it, move in silence about it. Because they're watching. Somebody who's controlling or whatever. is watching. Yeah. Nine of Swords. Can't sleep. Anxiety. It can be about this offer that you're getting. Or this person trying to leave you out in the cold, maybe. Five of financial loss. Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, trying to leave somebody out in financial loss because of these drugs. I feel like somebody's staying up all night doing drugs. This is financial loss. This is going to lead to poverty, insecurity, need of money and stuff. This is somebody's bad offer, maybe some bad karma. Somebody offered somebody some bad drugs. It's going to leave them out. They're not going to be able to sleep. Anxiety, worry, up all night, nightmares, hopelessness, trauma. So somebody's got to be careful here that what they spend their money on, or maybe somebody's keeping it a secret, and they're saying they're out working and stuff, but they're just losing money on these drugs or something like that. Or this whatever habits that they got, it can be sex, it can be, whatever, drugs, addictions, whatever toxicity addictions this person has, it's going to leave them out, and it's going to make them poor. They're spending all their money on it. Okay, let's see what this love situation says here. What's this bad karma with the Knight of Pentacles, Spirit? What's this bad karma? Huh, yeah. Mixed feelings, this bad karma, fights, conflicting feelings, unsure of the relationship, indecisiveness, happy, sad. I feel like somebody's bipolar here, but this is somebody's bad karma. Wearing a mask. I feel like somebody's wearing a mask and their bad karma, with the fights here. There was definitely a fight and somebody had to rest from this or recuperate from it. Maybe they got injured, but they had to, spend some time alone because these were arguments, again, with the fights, Look, girl fights. So there was definitely a fight, a brawl, something, some physical altercation or something like that. Some drama of some sort with these children. I mean, it doesn't have to be children, but it can be whatever, that services had to get involved. Okay. Doesn't have to mean child services. It can be different services, but something happened here. Somebody had to recuperate from all this fighting, this war, this physical fight. Maybe this competition. Maybe some of you are boxers, or of somebody who maybe your man or your woman boxes. They do MMA or whatever. Maybe that they had to rest from this. Maybe your child, does karate or something and they had to rest from this. Maybe they won money in a competition of fighting of some sort. Old school. Okay, so old school thinking, takes dating seriously, takes things slow. Old school. I feel like this can be too that, look at that, jealousy. I feel like this is a bully, like I just heard bully. Something to do with a bully. And then we got jealousy in the heart here. And then right above that is threatening. All right. With this King of Cups. Yeah, this person is, wants you to themselves, attachment, fear of losing you. So they're threatening, they're intimidating. They use threats, to keep you, they think, but they're really jealous and they want you all to themselves. And I just feel like they have a puss face, like a resting bitch face. Somebody here's got a resting bitch face. For sure. Whoever this is. Yeah, they're threatened by something, by losing you. They're threatened by losing you. Okay, they're toxic. There it is. They're toxic. All right. Memories. Maybe some memories are giving somebody can't sleep because of memories here, or pleasures and sad, stuck in the past. But they're not good for you. Low vibrational, toxic relationship is around you. So, right above that, move in silence. All right. They're saying, shh, move in silence. Just work on what you have to work on. Okay. Just keep on, focusing on what you got to do. 8 of skills, repetitive skills. You're working on your skills. You're mastering something. This can be, making you stay up at night. Okay. But maybe you feel like you're at a financial loss, but for some of you there's bad habits that are draining your finances here, and somebody's stuck in the past, and that's why they can't, there's nightmares and insomnia and trauma. Maybe there was an offer that was made from this person in the past or whatever. Now you can't probably sleep. Maybe, feeling guilty here. This is right above, their financial loss, remorseful, wanting to undo damage, This person, look, is out in the cold. This is regretful. They're out in the cold. 5 of Pentacles. Somebody here is regretful about spending money on some kind of bad habits. This can be spending money on like anything, anything. Again, but somebody here is in regret because, they lost this money on toxicities and addictions and stuff, feeling guilty and remorseful, wanting to do, the damage here. Okay. This can be somebody in your energy. This can be your person. This can be you. I feel like it's your person though, with the jealousy. They're toxic. They're living in the past. Try to leave you out in the cold with their toxicities and stuff and financial loss. Yeah, they're gonna get their karma. Bad karma's coming, honey. Bad karma. Yeah, and they're probably trying to work hard and stuff and trying to be productive and trying to win you over, but you're just like, unsure of the relationship. Hot, cold, indecisive, mixed feelings about everything right now. Too many fights. Okay, Thomas, Aquarius. Aquarius. Children. Yeah, again, children came up. All right, you can be having children or be pregnant. Okay, I just so you might get money from an inheritance. Maybe somebody might leave you an inheritance of some sort. Okay, maybe you're fighting about that. All right, about somebody who passed away. And there's all toxicity and shit around you, people who are jealous. But, children is what crowns you right here. Saying pregnant, children are involved. Inner child wounds. This can be you with your inner child wounds if you don't have kids. But look, with children, child services, something's up with the kids. Resting and fighting and conflicting feelings, mixed feelings, For some of you, you don't want to send your kids to school. You want to homeschool them. I'm hearing. Okay, soft spot here. Soft spot, they're putty. Special place in their heart for you. They got a soft spot for you. You have a soft spot for somebody here. Whoever you're fighting with, or maybe, somebody who's resting or in solitude or somebody. You have a soft spot for somebody here. Maybe somebody that, is recuperating from something. Okay? Castle. Prince Charming. This is strong foundation, wealth. Again, with the wealth. Somebody may be coming in, with in your energy who's old school or older with money, with old fashioned, thinking, and takes dating seriously, takes things slow. Sovereignty and wealth, has a strong foundation. Just like this is a strong foundation. Maybe you're fighting with this person, or you're, fighting about money about your castle here. You're Prince Charming. You can be fighting about that, or you can be, yeah, you can be fighting or wanting to be with this person, and they're taking it slow, and they're putty, or you're putty in their, a special place in their heart, in your heart, for this person. Maybe you guys fight too much about jealousy, or so avoiding extremes. Perfect balance of love, balancing love and life. You're trying to balance things out. This person's jealous and everything, and you're trying to. I feel like walking on shells, or like, okay, you're walking on shells and eggshells. Okay, let me not make him pissed, or let me not make her pissed. You're trying to balance things out. Or this person's trying to balance things out because of fear of losing you. So they're avoiding extremes and avoiding arguments and avoiding, fighting, intimidation or something. I have a flipper here. A long road. Will take a while. A long-term potential. This can be on whatever skill you're working on. Long-term potential. The journey has just begun. Maybe you just started school on something. Maybe you just started a school, and Spirit doesn't want you to say anything to anyone about this. They want you to move in silence about this because of a toxic relationship. But it's going to be a long road for something here. They're saying will take a while. All right. Will take a while. It can be about this toxic relationship. The journey has just begun. So maybe, it's going to be a while if you're with this person. A lot of work. You're going to need a lot of work to overcome this, whatever, poverty or bad habits or toxicity. Yeah, because I feel like, look, both holding their hands, somebody's holding their face in their hands. Okay, somebody here, whatever, is holding their face in their hands in regret. Okay, somebody, look at that. Someone's very regretful here, holding your face in your hands. Like, holy shit. Somebody's in huge regret right here, and I want to say it's about an offer with money, or an offer. It's about an offer. It's about this this habit. Okay, regret. Look at that. Left out, rejection, choosing someone else, on the outside looking in. Yeah, remember, under your love chakra. So somebody got left out in cold here. Rejection. Choosing someone else, maybe from the past or stuck in the past. They got left out though. You with them. Somebody got, rejection in your love chakra. There was an offer here, a bad offer. Maybe you're choosing somebody else. And now somebody's in regret. Someone can't sleep. They're depressed. Remorseful. Damage is done already. Soulmate, strong love bond. Love of a lifetime. There was a bond with this person who's in regret here. They're in regret. They're getting their karma. They're in regret right now. It's your soulmate being in regret. This was a love of a lifetime, but it was long ago. It was, memories. Stuck in the past. This person is stuck in the past. It was a love a long time ago, a lifetime ago. Okay. Wow. What's this bad karma for Aquarius? What's this bad karma? Mixed feelings with children. What is this? Maybe for some of you, you're starting a business. It's a birthing of like a new business. You might have mixed feelings about something here. It's part of the beginning stages of. Okay, it can be that as well. For some of you, you probably, miscarried. I just heard that too. Somebody in your energy maybe miscarried overseas. Okay, long distance travel, a new love while traveling, spreading your wings. Spreading your wings. Long distance travel. For some of you, you might be traveling. Three's a crowd. Maybe, for some of you, what these arguments are all about here. Third party involved, the love triangle, outside influences, deciding between two. Okay, this is with the child services and the Four of Swords, resting, meditation, retreating, recuperating from this, fighting maybe from these arguments, but there's emotional vulnerability here with someone and you're trying to deciding between, two. Three's a crowd though, you're recuperating from this, contemplating about it. But again, somebody's got a soft spot for someone here, and I feel like they're taking advantage because they know it. Old school thinking. I feel like maybe if you're, been married for a long time, you feel like, no, you're not supposed to, get a divorce or something like that. I'm getting that too. Okay, Aquarius. What else? Arrows of love. Being swept off your feet. All right, love interest rushing in. This person, Prince Charming is right above it, and this person takes things slow. They take, dating seriously, and they probably have a lot of money. This might be, somebody you're fighting with, somebody that, you've had arguments with. Maybe they're fighting with their person, okay? Because of, maybe this third party that got involved here. All right, then we got cherry on top here. This is under jealousy, something extra, special, perfection, making it better. This is you making it better, trying to, balance things, love and life. Maybe that was a cherry on top, this threatening thing here, trying to make it better. I feel somebody here is intimidated by somebody here. Secret admirer. All right, secret admirer. Again, don't say nothing, move in silence. All right, secret. Something here is a secret. All right, something here is a secret. It could be, maybe caught something, maybe, sexual infection, a disease, a rash, I don't know. But hidden feelings, secretly watching you, unexpected love interest. That's what this offer is about. Somebody definitely wants to make you an offer. It will take a while. The journey's just begun. You know, maybe you have somebody still toxic in your energy that you have to get rid of. All right, locked in. Look, this is you in your love. Locked in. There's no other. Fixed on you. Unquestionable love. This is that person in your past. They're stuck in the past. And someone's choosing someone else here. Rejection right above it. They're losing sleep because of it too. Huh? Maybe you have to, choose between two people. Threes are proud, yeah. What's grounding? What's grounding? Oh. All right, so in the cards, it's in the cards. It was destined to happen. There it is, confirmation. Fate will find a way. What you want wants you. It's in the cards, all right? This is Ace of Cups. It's in the cards. In the cards. Ace of Hearts here. I feel like, with this card coming out, destined to happen, anything is possible. Fate will find its way. What you want wants you. You know, this person is in regret. Whatever happened, it was a love a long time ago, stuck in the past. Okay, whatever is destined to happen is gonna happen. All right. What you want wants you. I mean, you have full of love. Your cup is full of love, overflowing with love. New relationship, true fulfillment, an open heart. This is you. If you're into this, if you're alone and everything, yeah, your cup is overflowing with love. You have a new relationship that's about to come in. It's in the cards. All right. And somebody's going to be regretful about that. Definitely an offer is definitely coming in, though. And the person in the past is going to be not in a good, state. They're going to be feeling guilty, remorseful, wanting to do, undo all the damage they've done. Look at that. Half and half came out with all of that. Yin and yang. Okay. Differences. Opposites attract. Contradiction. Look up whatever opposite sign it is for Aquarius. You might be dealing with it, finding it's in the cards, finding a person like this. Opposites attract. Your yin and your yin to your yang and your yang to your yin. Okay, half and half. For some of you, you drink half and half milk. I feel like I wanted to say that again with the strawberries. Somebody loves strawberries. Okay, somebody loves strawberries here. I'm going to give you an animal spirit, Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, you could be seeing a frog on television, online, in a book, wherever, in person. All right, frog, you can be hearing frogs. All right, seeing frogs. I heard Puerto Rico right now, leaping through change. All right, this is you leaping through change. Welcome the cycles, releasing the past and stepping into the present with openness. Let go of regrets. Okay. If this is you, look at that. They're saying to let go of regrets, forgive yourself and others, allowing for renewal and transformation. Okay. Wow. Jeez, it's destined to happen. It's in the card. So I'll read it again. Leaping through change right now. This is you leaping through change. Just do everything in silence, Welcome the cycles, releasing the past and stepping into the present with openness. Let go of the regrets. Forgive yourself and others, allowing for renewals and transformation. Okay? This was your reading. I hope it resonated with you. Let me know in the comments, or let me know how it resonated with you. If you have any questions or whatever, and you want, yes or no, ask my spirits, please put it in the comments. Yes or no questions. I'm open to that. Okay. I do personal readings. My information is down below. Okay. Love, light, and peace to each and every one of you. Please be kind to one another. Don't be mean, because mean people suck. All right. We love you. Come back for more readings. All right. Don't forget to subscribe and like. All right. Thank you. Peace out.